Hey, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
There it is.
We back in action.
Let me adjust I gotta adjust my headphones. I had to get my stuff right. All right,
That's to sound good. You know?
When you put both headphones on, you really get the full effect of what's going on.
I'm full effect right now. I'm feeling good.
But there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another episode of Portion Control. That's right. Brand new podcast. Of course, I go by the name of Big Keese.
I'm your boy Snacks.
Man, we ready to get it in. You know how we do it, man. Portion Control. We just tapping in a little bit on everything. But today is a very, 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 very special episode, man. We have a very special guest in the building.
Oh, yeah.
We'll let him introduce himself.
Yeah.
We'll let you introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself.
What's up, Fort Wayne? This is DP Demarco of DP Demarco Plays and Film Company.
Yeah.
DP.
As y'all didn't know, April 2nd at the Embassy, my brother's bringing a full star-studded cast with some local celebrities as well. It's gonna be, why you do that?
I'm hitting the wrong button. My bad. No, tell us a little bit about some great local celebrities, and it's gonna be an all-around good show. So, can you give us the name of the actual play?
Indeed, it is called Her Lies, His Secrets.
Her lies.
Oh, that sounds like some drama going on.
She lied.
It's some drama.
She lied, yeah.
She always lying. I'm gonna be real with you now. That's a good title. She Lies is a really good title.
That is definitely a good title because they be lying their ass off. Turn your phone off.
Oh, it ain't mine, is it?
Whose phone is it?
It ain't me.
It's Keese.
It's definitely mine. My bad.
But tell us how this came about, man. Tell us how you came up with this script, because obviously, as people, as you know, I'm in the play. You know, I'll be playing as Draco, aka Dre. You know what I'm saying? But tell us how you came up with this script, man. Because after reading the script, this is incredible.
Thank you, man. The concept came up. I wanted a story because in most of the shows I see, and I'm a nice fan of Tyler Perry's work. And in most cases, the male is always the antagonist. In this particular story, the male is not the person at fault, but it is the woman. So I wanted to flip that whole narrative. And with that, man, and many cities I go into, they always say his lies. I said, no, it's her lies, his secrets. So he's more or less lying, but he's more hiding the secrets in their marriage.
Yeah.
And they do say, so hiding the secret, is that just like lying? Do you feel like that's the same as lying? Because to me, I don't necessarily feel that it's lying.
Well, it depends on if that person... If she didn't know the secret, it's not a lie until he's asked about it. So once he tries to defend it and say, hey, I didn't do it, or it doesn't exist, that's when it becomes a lie.
This is a lie of omission.
Bingo.
It's a lie of omission.
Yeah, so he had a side chick and she was a secret. She was a secret, yeah.
Some real drama.
So when you writing these plays, do you pull from a personal experience? Do you pull from other people's experience? Because you could just have friends and just tell all your friends' business out there and make for a good movie.
Now, this joint here, man, it came from my early years of just being who I was, man. I was a player back then. And during that time, man, I was out there wrong, but also my homies were too. And from those stories of what we done to women and what women done to guys, I say, you know what, let's go ahead and make it real, right? And when I do show this story, a lot of people can relate to it because they at one point or someone they know at some point was going through this whole story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
DP, I knew you was pimping when I saw that hat.
Oh,
when I saw
that hat let me know.
I knew that hat let me know that he had a couple of them back in the day.
That backhand is strong.
What? That backhand strong? Or he can say like he can write a good note to make you feel bad. Just write a good note to him.
On $100 bill. He gonna write it on $100 bill and pass it to you like this.
Sit in the corner and read that.
Now, for the people that don't know, because I'm excited to have you here, man. I think the people need to understand what you've done in your career. So can you just give people like a backstory on like some of the dope things, the dope people that you work with over the past years?
Yeah, man. For starters, I've been doing this for over 2 decades, man, doing these productions. And I fell for about 4 years in a row. Fail. Like, it's horrible. One of my worst events I did was a concert. And a guy in Milwaukee had told me, his name is Thomas Holmes, and we had met, and he said, listen, man, when you start off doing shows, start small. Like, no, man, I want to start big, man. And he's like, yo, start off like a 500-seater and work your way up. So I didn't, man. I had rented, I think, like a 3,500-seater.
Oh, damn. Wow. You trying to do the food.
Man,
yeah, he wasn't playing no games. He wasn't playing no games.
Yo, man, I didn't know no better, man. So I did that show, man, and I think 300 people showed out.
Oh, man.
Went to my car and I cried. Like, I was hurt, man, because I saved $15,000 to do my first show. At that time, I was like 22 years old, so And I'm 47 now. So I cried in the car, man. I was just so defeated. I couldn't pay my band. They did a great job. It was just a horrible experience, man. And I felt so down. But that taught me a lot, man. It taught me to crawl before I stand and walk. And that I take that thing, man, and I carry that principle today. Start off small.
Yeah.
Start small, but that was that thing, man. And after failing so many times, I started doing plays for free.
Wow.
In Philly. In Philly, I was doing plays for free, man, but it was more ministry. So I was doing this play called Killadelphia, and I wrote the play because during that time, Philly was experiencing 500 murders every year.
Wow.
And I wanted to do something. I'm like,
That's
man, what
crazy.
can I do? I'm not a person to go out there and protest and march. I said, but if I can show a story on stage, I'm going to do it, and I did it. And it received recognition, man. Bill Cosby was a great advocate for me. I know he's been through some things.
Bill Cosby, the pudding popper. When I was in jail, I was like, y'all better leave me alone because of Bill Cosby. You can call Theo, Rudy, and tell him so.
My man, he's a sharp dude, man. He's a sharp from North Philly, man. So I started doing a play out there in North Philly. My first few plays were in parking lots. I just did it, man. Bought a stage out there, ran loan cables from church buildings, and just did a play.
Middle of the parking lot.
Man, I just did it, man.
That's the grind.
Yeah, and people would come, and people would sit down and listen. There would be traffic and cars riding by, and I was like, yo, I'm just going to do this thing. So I went from there, man, and I started doing recreation centers, high schools, and I started doing churches. So then NBC called on to it. They're like, yo, who is this guy? Because what we were doing as part of the marketing for this play, we would set up a mock crime scene on a busy side of Philly.
Yeah.
So when people seen these dead bodies laying outside under these blankets with
What the
red
hell?
on it,
Who got popped?
they was
I feel like I
pulling
saw
over.
that on the internet somewhere.
Yeah. Man.
So then the police would come. Then the news rolled up one day, and they like, yo, what is this? And we tell them what it was. But from that news special, man, we had booked over 200 shows.
Wow.
We was busy for 2 years. Up and down the East Coast, from New York all the way down to Savannah, Georgia, just doing it. And we just travel. And think about it, I didn't charge those people to come. So we would spend our own money going. It's because we just wanted to get that message across, to put the guns down. And that was for me, that built character in me. It built, it made me hold on to something, because when I see somebody's life saved through the love of Christ, it was for me, that was like, yo, that was a dividends for me. Seeing crack addicts being delivered, seeing people, households come together, that for me was just like, yo, fulfilling. So I did a show in Savannah, Georgia. It was a 2,200 seater. The week before, Israel Newbury was there. I think they had about 1,000 people show up. We did Killadelphia 2 days in a row, and we maxed it out at like 2,200 people every day.
Wow.
Man.
But the altar was so flooded, man, to the point they didn't have enough altar workers at the show. And the next day, the power went out.
Dang.
Oh, like Beyonce at the Super Bowl.
Yo, that joint went out. But, yo, they had generators, though. So we still did it, and the altar was flooded again.
Man.
People being baptized. It was something, man. So at that time, the pastor's like, hey, what do you want for the show? I'm like, I don't know, man. He's like, you got to have a price. I'll give me $1,000. I didn't know. It's my thing. I just wanted to do it. He taught me a lesson. He said, anytime somebody asks you how much you want, you go there and you do it. And I didn't know. I was 23.
Right.
23 with all these teenagers traveling with me doing the work. And that taught me, man. So we got invited to L.A. That was my first time touching the grounds of L.A. And we did it up in Inglewood. Same thing. God came through and the place was flooded. People crying and worshiping. It was just
That's amazing.
amazing. So there's one guy sitting and he's like, man, I need to introduce you to some people. And that's how I kind of got in L.A. and I built a cast in L.A. We had a cast in Philly at the time and had one in L.A. and we was building one in Indianapolis. So I kept doing it, sticking with it. At this time, I'm 10 years in the game with the same play. People come to me, yo, you gonna do a new play? No, I'm sticking with this joint. Killadelphia is it.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, it's it. So I never forget the night the Bears played.
You're not a Bears fan, are you?
All day long.
Oh,
Lord.
All day long.
I'm a Cowboys fan.
Oh, we in the same boat.
We in the same boat.
But I'll never forget the year Eric Lacker and the Bears were playing Reggie Bush and them and the Saints. And that was the time when Reggie Bush had waved at Eric Lacker after he left him.
Yeah.
But that same night we had a play in North Philly. And it was packed with young men. And we had to turn people away because nobody else can get in. But the news came out again. And they was just amazed at a night of a playoff game that all these people came out, man. And one guy seen the play, man, and he turned into AK-47. shot off shotgun, and he turned in some grenades, man. He said he was going to kill somebody that night, and somebody invited him to that play, and I knew at that point that's what I was supposed to be doing.
Oh, man.
Grenades?
Yeah, I mean, Shorty's going to
Oh, he was getting ready to tear something down.
Oh, he was getting ready to blow something up.
Yeah,
man.
I've seen a couple grenades in the hood, man. You can do some damage with a grenade in the hood.
You can definitely do some
Yeah,
damage.
brother, 16 years old, man.
16 with grenades? Oh, hell no.
And it's
Excuse
funny,
my
man.
French.
No, it's good. It's funny. So at the end of the play, at the altar call, God used me to speak to him. I didn't know who I was talking to, but I said exactly what he's getting ready to go do. I said, you in here? And he finally came up, man. And, it was him. We saved some lives that night. Wow. Whoever he was going to go at it with, they was about to
chills,
get it. Oh, they was about to get it, man.
This episode is brought to you by Leo's Donuts, and I'm telling you right now, the best thing since Krispy Kreme. Get on over to Leo's Donuts and get you a bite, because I know I do every day, as you can't tell.
And I knew at that point, I knew I was supposed to be doing this. So I'm going to fast forward. So I started doing this play, Her Lies and Secrets, in Indianapolis. And I was at that point I started charging for plays, because again, at one point I was afraid, because when you're doing it for free for so long, you don't know if people pay for it.
Yeah.
And I was scared, and I tried to do $10 tickets, nobody would buy them. I'm like, damn, man, I'm going back to free, and I went back to free. So then I finally said, let me go ahead and do it, because somebody spoke to me and prophesied and said, laborer is worthy of his pay, and do what you're supposed to do. So then I understood the business side of ministry.
Yeah.
Because churches is a business as well.
Yeah.
So I did it, man, and it was successful with my locals in Indianapolis. And I said, you know what? I want to go ahead and start bringing celebrities in. So at that point, I met Brian J. White from Stomp the Yard, and he said he was going to do it. Now, make note, 7 years before that, I was in Ontario. I was in Long Beach, California, and I seen a flyer with him and Michelle Williams on there. I said, man, one day that dude gonna be my play, man. I was going to do a free show, and they was doing a paid event in Long Beach. And when that moment happened, man, it was something I spoke out my mouth, and it came true. Wow. So then I had contact Bernadette Sanders, who was Thelma from Good Time, and Claudia Jordan. We did the show, and it was amazing. So when Brian White did the show, it gave the okay, because they all talk like us. They talk. So Morris Chestnut was like, okay, it's a cool dude. Laz Alonso, okay, cool. Because dealing with Brian is really tough. Yeah. Okay. When I say tough, it's certain things he require on his rider that you got to have. If not, your whole vibe gonna be off. Yeah. So we did all that and then some. So he's like, man, this dude is tough. So Columbus Short was cool. Everybody was like, yo, we want to work with this guy. And from that point, we kind of ran with it, man. And my last show I just did with this show, Her Lies and Secrets, was in Dallas. We did Pooch Hall. We had Christian Keys, Michelle Lay, Lil Scrappy, Mama D, Brian White, Claudia Jordan, Dad, Pooch Hall, and I'm missing somebody, but we had like an NBA lineup in that joint, like the Lakers. Man. And we tore it up, man, and we had a video, and I'm going to share it with you, but we had about 500 people, and the line was literally wrapped around the building, man, and that Boston did a lot to me, because I had never experienced that.
That's crazy, man. This is Portion Control. If you're just tuning in, we are here with DP. Is it DP Demarco?
Yes, sir.
That sounds like a...
You got to drop a round of applause for him, man. I'm inspired.
But that sounds like a DP Demarco. Don't they be playing like at them rap battles?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they be playing them at the rap battles. That shows, man, it is a marathon.
It is,
not
man.
A sprint. That perseverance, man, I can relate. I can relate to them situations.
And also, it seems like you're also preaching a message of sometimes don't jump out there too fast, because you might, you know what I'm saying, you could get discouraged if you'd have just took your time a little bit, and the process might have worked out a little bit better.
Yeah, and you can't put a price to it, man. So some people looked at me like I was crazy, because I had other shows, I got other plays I've written. I got Her Lies and Secrets, Dear Diary, He Beats Me Because He Loved Me, Brenda's Got a Baby. I got so many plays I ain't even dropped yet.
Brenda's Got a Baby. I like the sound of that.
And that joint ill.
He beats me because he loves me. What's that?
Yeah. So Dear Diary, He Beats Me Because He Loved Me is a play I wrote, because when I would pray with people at the altar, I would meet so many people who were being abused. Not just physically, they were being financially abused, socially, they were being verbally abused, and emotionally abused. And I kept praying for people week after week after week. And the Lord gave it to me, man, and I wrote these 6 people in this one story, and it is so ill, because what got people was the fact there was a man being abused by his female fiance.
What's his name? What did he talk about?
Who?
They had the video out.
Hey, what you talking about?
What's he got a video out? This girl was beating on him.
Oh yeah, he went viral.
Yeah,
he
what's
went
his
viral.
name?
I forget what his name
I forget
is.
his
but
name too. What's his name? You
he
know
would say,
what I'm saying?
"Don't you love when I come around?" Bam! She came around from him. Yeah,
Women, y'all toxic too.
y'all is.
Yeah,
Y'all try to
so
keep
that
your
I
hands
just
to
want to throw that
yourself.
out there. I like how you
Yeah.
shine the light on the other side sometimes.
man,
That
brother.
people need to know that because
Because it get dark.
It get dark. It be one sided. A lot of women, y'all be flinching and stuff and doing that to us and
Jumping at us and
I told my wife, I said, baby, you hit me one time, I am calling the police. I promise you that.
someone's going to jail. And it ain't gonna be me. It's
It
gonna
ain't
be
gonna
your
be
ass.
me.
Oh man.
So tell us, do you have any new projects that you're working on? I guess I really want to know because I'm inspired by when people write. How do you come up with a concept of like, all right, here go a new play, like, all right, his shoes, her socks. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you come up? How do you come up with the next one?
Man, I'm gonna be real, man. So I'm gonna jump back to Killadelphia. So it started off as a stage play, and now we started filming the TV series.
Wow.
So we're going back to Philadelphia later next month to finish up episode 1 through 5. So again, going back to 2004 is when we started this joint. We're still riding the wave of that.
Wow.
And just understand a guy that did what's the Asian guy that blew up Squid Games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
'Cause he had been denied for years, from
Bro,
what I heard.
listen,
Man.
he had that script for a minute, but sometimes it's timing, man, timing.
Because they said like 10 years he got denied, and then it finally hit. You
Yes, and then denial, man. I mean, in this game, you're gonna be told no more times than you are told yes. And the question is, once you're told no, what are you gonna do? Because people's like, when I first came up with Killadelphia, that's so violent, so violent, so violent. And it's like now today, it's like, yo, that joint sound ill now, and people love the title of it. So you gotta stick with it, and believe, and know you got something.
I was about to say, how do you continue to believe in what your message is? Because a lot of times you have something going on, and then people start getting in your ear. Oh, that don't sound right. Oh, you should change it to this. Like, how do you stick to your guns?
Man, just knowing you got a good story. And again, I'm going back to Squid Games because if he came out that thing 10 years ago, we would have thought he was nuts.
Right.
Absolutely.
Everybody probably besides Quentin Tarantino would have thought that thing was crazy.
Yeah.
Quentin would have loved it because of the blood. But you got to know you got something, man. And I'm going to tell you, when I watched The Wire for the first time, I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is Killadelphia, but Killadelphia's on stage. So I seen The Wire, and then I got a chance to watch a few other shows, but The Wire, the one that really got to me because of the whole East Coast feel. And I'm born in Chicago, and Chicago's another monster when it comes to the street life. So you have the gangster vice lords, and you have the GDs. And I was in that environment. I lived in the projects that were black gangsters, and I went to school by Cooley High, which was GDs. So I was like in the middle of both gangs, man. But that taught me so much, and a lot of my stories come from cats I seen in the Cabrini Green in Chicago, and cats in the Village. They're my best friends, the vice lords. So
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, don't play with DP. You're gonna get your ass whooped trying to play with DP, boy.
And DP's he an actor, so he know how to turn into a gang. Like, what's
Oh,
up?
yeah, what you mean?
Yeah,
he turn that whole role
Yeah, you know how to
in.
flip it in. You know how to flip it.
Trying to flip that role.
Get into character. What's that you claiming? Give me a second. What you mean what I'm claiming, cuz?
Let me find my flag real quick. Hold on. Man, that first story you talked about, man, where when nobody showed up and that first situation was a bust, that's enough to make people fold, man.
bro, listen, you got to be mentally right, and you got to have some good people around you. And I got to say, man, that my first date with my wife was at a concert. That one that folded, and we was dating. I'm like, I'm hurt, man.
Oh, yeah, that's hurting
We was
surprise,
dating,
man.
though. We was dating, so
She talked about you afterwards. I want you to know. She went home and
Girl,
talked
they
about
ain't
you.
Mom, they ain't even show
You
up.
know what she liked, though? It was the drive. It was the drive. She was like, I love that drive you had, and that's
Said he
what
got
me.
something.
There you go. There you go. And that was before we got married, man. So she, she understood it, man. But the fact she knew already day one what she was getting involved with was artists.
Yep.
And that didn't change. And that's always been a saying, even to today. So that's important. Even when your spouse and your support, you got to have somebody who going to believe in it. You can't have that friction, man.
And people women have to understand too. When you are dating an artist, you're dating a different type of a man. That our schedules ain't the same.
Oh my gosh,
our
man.
thought process ain't the same. Sometimes we may miss something because we thinking about something else so hard, and it could be your birthday, baby. I'm sorry. Is that the anniversary? I apologize. I was working on
It
something.
could be that you told me to take the trash out, and I just forgot to take the trash out.
Yes, because we're talking to ourselves as creators, man. We talk to ourselves a lot. We're daydreaming a lot because we are literally coming up with characters, people, And sometimes the characters you come up with are people you know. You got funny family members. And you're like, man, this guy would be great for that or great for this. And it's just our mind, we're different. We're different, and we're constant dreamers. We're constant dreamers, you know. And as our dream grow, so does our imagination grow, and so does our drive grow. But like you're right, my day mainly, like my family day, they start at 6 a.m. and they're done by 3. I'm just getting started at 3. That way, just really getting going at 3. So my day might not end until 1 o'clock. But again, having that person there to understand that schedule. But you got to make it make sense as well. You can't, you got to take some days
you got to be bringing something to the table. You got to spend that quality time.
Yes, you better take a day or two off.
I'm gonna say this though. There have been many years that, as a creator, I was not bringing in any revenue, and my wife carried that thing. Carried it. But the fact she, man, I'm telling you, carried it. Carried it. And I'm going to have a testimony after this show. Because I'm telling y'all, man, doing a show like this, it can really exhaust you financially.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be times where even today I'm like, man, I don't have it. But my wife like, I got you. I got you. So I know when it pop, it's going to pop for her. I'm going to make sure, listen, you work, you keep every dime, don't put nothing into nothing. Vacation, go. I got you. Because I know all those years and times where I was learning and trying to experiment, and she had me, man, and not even complain. And that's dope, man. And for a man, sometimes you be like, man, I'm a man, and she still respect me as a man. It's not like I feel look at you any different. No, you still wear the belt.
Your next play should be designated for your wife. It need to be called His Dreams, My Money. That's what it should be called.
His dreams, her pockets. Either way, it all kind of come together.
I'm gonna tell you a movie that hit me. Was on Tyler Perry's what's the joint with Taraji? The joint with Taraji and a guy who was coming up with the computers.
Where she got mad, she tried to kill him at the end.
What was the joint called?
Anybody out there? Anybody
know the name of this movie?
Phone a friend.
It's gonna bother me. Don't it start with a B? This episode is brought to you by Beauty Boutique, opening up very soon on Fairfield Ave. Make sure y'all get over there and check her out. Beauty Boutique. Get your beauty on. And quit wearing them ugly clothes from Rainbow.
You gotta look it up. Just look it up.
Acrimony.
Acrimony. I knew it was one of the letters.
Yo, so Acrimony was, I gotta say, one of his best works.
Yeah, that movie was crazy.
Best works, man, because this guy was really trying, man, and he was a dreamer.
Yeah.
And she gave up on him, man. And of
right
course,
when he blew up.
Oh my gosh, man. So I don't know if he wrote it or didn't write it, but that was probably one of his best writings, and I related to that story. I knew what dude was going through.
Yeah.
Like when you believe in something, you got that. The only thing I got is my laptop, my cell phone. Give me a laptop, my cell phone. We finna get rich, y'all. We finna talk. We finna make it pop. Yeah. So I know I can make some stories. I can make some phone calls.
Yeah.
Okay? And I got that, man. Oh my God, I got that.
I'm a firm believer that behind every strong man is a strong woman. Yeah.
And a strong team. Strong woman and strong team.
Yep.
No doubt.
Yes.
Absolutely. You gotta have both, man. Especially having somebody that can hold you accountable or just not just saying, oh yeah, that's cool, just to say that's cool. Like tell them if you think it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Help out.
And one day, man, I told us, because my wife will hold things in and she won't say it sometimes. I said, tell me. I said, no, don't hold it and tell me. And she just yelled, man, like, I'm tired of this, you know? And I'm like, cool, I don't want to offend it by no means. I just know how to get out there and shift some things around and make it make sense. But for her carrying the burden, man, I had to let her get that out because I knew it was something that was on her. But she would never say, you need to do this, do this, do this. It would just show in different ways. So she never, like...
So those moments y'all would have where she would let it out and vent, how did you respond? Like, because obviously if the money's not coming in, and that's probably a frustrating thing, especially in relationships, you know, finances can be the number one reason for divorce. You know, how, you know, for all the creatives that are going to be watching and listening to this, how do you respond to a significant other just being tired of you not bringing any income in?
Yeah, you gotta balance it. You gotta have a hustle.
Okay.
You gotta have a hustle. And I'm gonna tell you what my hustle was, man, and hustle is today. I went to LA my first time, man. I was on a script. I seen these guys dressed up in costumes. I seen this white guy, man, handsome guy. And he was Superman. I'm like, yo, I'm seeing him, man, getting it. 20 here, 10 here, 20 here, 10 here. I'm like, man, how much you make doing this, man, as a cosplayer? I can't tell you. So listen, go $30, man. I'm from Chicago. I ain't trying to come up on what you're doing. How much you make? He said, I make about $2,000 every day. Doing Superman. I said, what? He said, yes. So I said, okay.
Oh, hell no.
So what I did, check it out. So listen, check it out. So that happened, and I went back home. Then I moved to Indiana. and I bought me an Iron Man suit. And that Iron Man suit, man, that thing popped. That's how I make my money, is by cosplay.
I saw you on 38th, though. I was riding down 38th, and I saw you down
by Church's Chicken. You was over there by Church's Chicken, and you was trying to hit people with that.
I said, man, get out of here, man. I gave you $1. No.
Listen, but the hustle, man, and that thing is serious.
That's crazy.
I've got some Vegas that making some money doing that, man, because people want to reach or meet that superhero. And I'm telling you, man, that thing right there, it's a sustainer, bro.
I like this dude. I like him, man.
Hustle. But then people look at you crazy, but go to a Colts game, a Bears game.
With that suit on.
You're going to leave nice. You're going to leave nice.
And if you single, you might go home with something.
And they tried. Yeah, they tried.
They want a piece of Iron Man. And they find out you chocolate under there, and they're like, oh, I didn't hit the jackpot.
And that's the thing. They love black superheroes.
Wow.
They love black superheroes.
And then if you just add a little something in the suit to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, you super down low too. They like, oh, look at him. Like, they don't know what's part of the costume or not. You know what I'm saying?
Got some socks down there to hold me down.
I'm the Black Thor, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's a hammer.
Man. So you got to be creative like that. So in those instances, I know I can go to a Reds game, a Colts game, or a Bears game, or Cubs game. But I know if I work 3 days, I'm bringing home some bread.
Wow.
And once I give it to it, it show that effort.
Can I tell you something about that, DP?
Please.
That shows, and people don't understand this, you have to find a way to humble yourself in order to get to that bag. Like, sometimes people let their pride get in the way. My pride is never in the way of me doing anything I need to do to take care of my family. As long as it's going to lead to me taking care of my family. I remember starting out in radio, I was a van driver, but at one point I was an intern, and they had me jumping out of trash cans giving away tickets. I was already the man. I was already doing work in nightclubs and on hosting. Everybody knew me as that, but I knew to pay my radio dues. I had to jump out of that trash can and handle it. I found a good cardboard trash can. I ain't getting no nasty one, but I kind of knew you got to humble yourself in order to take that next step. And that's dope. I'll put on the Iron Man suit right now. My belly button might be showing.
If I could fit it, I would put one on.
We got one for you. I think there's
y'all see me out dancing
Kung Fu Panda. We're going to get you a Kung Fu. I'm trying to find something there.
It's on by Rachel. That's how you gonna do me today, huh? Oh, no, he's a panda. It's like man, your story is incredible,
yes,
man.
It is,
I'm so
man.
inspired by your story, man. I know that when creatives, especially in Fort Wayne, Indiana, man, when they hear your story, man, it's just gonna inspire people, man. But before we end the podcast, what's your goal? Because you can go anywhere and do this. You know what I'm saying? You can go to bigger cities and have a different type of response. What's your reasoning for coming to Fort Wayne?
My reason for coming has been my assistant. And before I met her, it was a friend of mine. His name is Graylin Lax. He lives in Indianapolis. That's the one told me about Fort Wayne. I had never heard of y'all city. And I got that same thing when I went to LA. Like, I'm from Indianapolis. They're like, what's that? I said, yo, Peyton Manning, the Colts, the Pacers. Oh, okay, yeah. And what y'all got out there? Cornfields? I'm like, no, it's a city, man. Like, it's really a city. So I didn't know. I thought it was a little like a Muncie or one of the smaller towns. I didn't know it was an actual city to actually look. And I'm like, man, you guys have more people than a lot of places. They're almost the same size as Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got you guys by like 15,000 people. And I didn't know that. So when she was telling me about it, you got to come to Fort Wayne. I'm like, yo, what's there? You got to see it. I said, cool. And they walked me through here, and I seen it. I said, okay. So then I met her son, Dre and Kevin, man, and they was like, yo, you got to bring it. Because my initial date, I had to set at Anderson. I was going to take it to the...
They're not drinking water down there. Anderson a little dry.
They not?
A little dry. Anderson a little dry.
A little dry.
What you mean dry?
They ain't drinking water down there.
I thought that was...
They ain't drinking water.
What you mean by that?
I mean, it's a little ashy down there.
Okay.
You get a little ashy down in Anderson. Okay. I know a couple people down there. It get a little weird down there.
Okay. See, I don't know.
I'm glad you came here. You did the right thing.
Yeah, you did.
You definitely did the right thing.
So I'm going to say this, man. Dre. He pushed me like, yo, man, because I said I was calling the embassy and I did not get a response for a long time. And I had my assistant call. She didn't respond. Like, yo, it may not be meant for us to go there. So then Dre, like, I'm going to go down there. And he got contact. Like, yo, man, I got some people on the phone. Da-da-da. So he put us on the phone, and we locked in. So I said, okay. I said, after that point, I was just unsure because I had never heard of this place like that. And then I got here, and I'm like, yo, I'm going to do a whole show here. I was just so uncertain, man. But I got to say, man, these brothers and sisters, man, they have been the backbone of pushing me to do this show here. And my goal, man, is to do an amazing show here, production-wise, and follow up right away in about 3 months with another show with residents from here.
That's awesome.
We're not going to celeb it out like we did this, but I may bring in one or two to be a part of that show. But my idea is I want to do a show at least every 3 months, and from that point, birth other playwrights, people that actually who think they may want to do it, actually birth a group of them and do an actual urban stage play festival.
Wow.
For all new playwrights. That
awesome.
way we can at least get the black arts going in this city. Minority arts. I can just say blacks. Anybody who want to do it, I want to get them birth and go and doing stage plays. And I feel if I can help that person produce a stage play, they family and friends don't come out. The next person to the point we got it to the point is rocking, is going, and we can kind of keep that going in the city.
Wow.
Last but not least, my prayer, my hopes is to have a studio here where we can actually start producing content, bringing in celebrities to teach, talk, be a part of other projects, and to the point we almost created our own Hollywood here in the Midwest, because it's really needed, because Atlanta has their thing going, Memphis has their thing going, New York, etc. But here in the Midwest, we have thousands of people here. We can really become rich just off this area.
Right, and it's very affordable, and we right next to all these other major cities. I mean, it's a
Yes.
great hub.
Yes.
DP, I want to say that I think it's such a blessing that I don't know if you see it yet, but I really do feel like it's a blessing for you being in this city, what you're doing, the fact that everybody's kind of all linking up. I just really think that some great things are going to come to this city, and I think that you're going to be a big part of that.
Amen, brother. And I receive that, man. I receive that. And I go in, man, some venues, and I've done this in multiple cities, as I did it in LA and did it in Weirton, West Virginia. I did it in Philly and other places, and even in Dallas. So this here, it feels a lot different than those other cities. I believe that I told my team, I said, I believe that this show is going to give me my Tyler Perry experience. That's when Tyler had his show and the ticket sales were low. And he came out, and the Lord said, look out the window when he was going to cancel the show. And there was people lined up outside the door. Not saying this is going to be that, but I believe that in some aspect, that experience, that Tyler Perry experience is going to happen. And maybe someone say, hey, I got 30,000 square foot warehouse. Do you want to do something with it?
Right.
I'm looking for those things. That's I'm trusting God for those things in this season, because there's things been prophesied to me that got to come to pass. For this thing in, God, it got to come to pass because God said those things.
Hold on, y'all, bow your heads, man. Lord, Jesus. Now you heard the DP's cry. Now he you know what he's looking for, Lord. We know that you can bring it to fruition. All you got to do is just say it, speak it into existence. We're looking for how many? Take a break. How many feet we looking for?
I'm looking for about 30 to 40,000 square feet.
30 to 40,000 of your gracious square feet, Lord. If you can just go ahead and put that in, and bless us with that coming up here soon, we appreciate it in your name. We pray, amen.
Amen.
But I received that, man.
No doubt, man.
Yes.
DP, we can't thank you enough for stopping by, being one of our first guests on the podcast,
Appreciate
man.
you, man.
Yes,
Very
yes.
inspiring, man. We can't wait. One more time. The show is April the 2nd.
April 2nd, yes, Saturday, April 2nd at the Embassy Theater. Her Lies, His Secrets.
And how do people get tickets?
They can go to fwembassytheater.org or go to the Star Bank box office.
Y'all can also go to my Facebook page, and I'm going to have it pinned tonight. So that way you can go there, click that link, and buy them tickets. Because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to change the narrative in Fort Wayne. Quit being so last minute, so that way we can start having more, things like this and more better concerts.
And I want to say, can I say that?
Yeah.
Fort Wayne, you guys, listen, man. Listen. I got a few CEOs coming in and flying in for this show. And when they see this show here, it can open up so many more opportunities for this particular city.
Yeah.
You guys got to come on and show out, man. Show out, because I want to make them believe in this market, but also we need to continue to do things like this in this market. So when things gonna sell, you guys go support those people early, man, because as a promoter, it really makes us pull our hair out. Mm-hmm. It makes us we get discouraged like regular people. So people, when they see numbers are low, they get to thinking things, and the enemy get in your mind, and you get frustrated. Like, I'm canceling, and I'm gonna postpone it, and we're gonna pray that thing off this city.
That's right.
Yep.
Like, seriously, I want to pray for this thing right now. Most gracious God, in the name of Jesus, ask Lord you bless the city of Fort Wayne, oh God. Ask Lord you raise up a group of content creators. Ask you raise up a group of cinematographers, oh God. DPs, oh God. Grip people, oh God. Lighting companies, oh God. Ask Lord you give us a place to create and bless this region, oh God. Let this become make it. I'm not even gonna say Hollywood. Let this become a beacon for the Midwest, oh God. Ask Lord, you touch these brothers. Let that show become bigger than a Breakfast Club, oh God.
Amen.
Yes, oh God. I see a female host coming into y'all.
Woo.
Thank you, Jesus. She's coming. She's coming. That's gonna be y'all balance. She's gonna be y'all balance. Cam, he is saying to you, brother, don't compromise in your comedy.
Absolutely.
He said, don't be shocked if he tell you to clean up some words too.
Okay.
Okay? Don't be shocked.
That is hard.
Don't fight it. But I'm telling you, it's not a lot of people like that. Sinbad did it for a long time.
Country Wayne doing it now too,
yes.
And I like that.
So again,
there's a market for that.
I'm telling you, he's gonna be calling you to change that tongue, man.
I'm still praying. My bad.
I had my head down too, and I looked it up when I felt I was talking to him.
Yes. He gonna cause you. A lot of people gonna ask you why, but it's not for you to explain that.
You're right.
You're gonna lose some people, but you're gonna gain more.
You're right.
Let Country Wayne, let him be an example to you. Let Sinbad be an example to you. We have enough foul-mouthed comedians.
You're right.
I hope you're receiving this, brother.
Oh, I'm taking this in.
Wife her.
Oh, yeah.
Wife her soon.
She got the ring on her finger. I just proposed in front of 2,500 people.
Yes. But let not the proposal go long. There's some things that she gonna do once you make her a wife. It's gonna be some things that's gonna happen. Some people gonna try to pull y'all apart and say that you can do this by yourself. Don't fall for the okie doke, man. It's gonna look good. You got to turn some money down too.
Yeah.
But once that temptation is gone, that's when this thing gonna go. That's when it's gonna go.
Yeah.
But there's a girl coming. I'm not sure who she is, and she's gonna bring the balance to y'all. Yeah. He ain't done with you, man. You did 20 years plus years in the industry, but he's not. He's far from done with you. Don't be ashamed of what you guys are starting, okay? The small beginnings is what's gonna humble y'all. But there's gonna be a bigger opportunity coming with this. Don't bite at the early money. When they offer you $1 million, understand you're worth 10 or 20. When they offer you 10 or 20, understand you're offer 100. Don't be afraid to ask your price when it comes. Do it together. Don't let them try to separate y'all.
Absolutely.
When the separation comes, that's when it's going. It's going to be. It's not going to have the same impact you guys have now. It's going to come. It's going to come. Okay, and they're going to try to separate y'all.
DP, you have no idea what you. Only me and Cam know more so how you speaking to us.
If this camera wasn't on, I'd be crying.
Bro,
right
you
now.
already hit me. I'd already
Lord.
fought it off and started some. But
it's the Lord. It's the Lord,
so
man.
many
I'm
of
not
these
taking no
conversations
credit.
that
I'm
we
not
have.
taking no credit for that. I'm not taking any credit for that. But it's coming. It's gonna come quicker. It's gonna come quicker than later. It's gonna be something that's gonna happen swift, very swift. And whoever this girl is, y'all both won't have to question it. It's gonna just happen. You're gonna know it's supposed to fit. But she's gonna be a great balance for y'all. And then once y'all click and when y'all finally get her, that's when that money gonna start coming your way. People gonna want to sponsor, which is great. They want to put their name on for mentions. That's gonna be great. But when people come to try to buy your show, you lease it, but don't buy it. Don't sell it. Do not sell it. Trademark your names if y'all have not done it. Trademark your name.
Okay.
Trademark your name because again, we've seen it happen with Nick Cannon. We've seen it happen with all these other people. Dave Chappelle. Trademark your name. It costs about $750, but it's gonna be the best investment you made. Trademark the name of the show.
Okay.
And once y'all do all those things and everything's in place, that's when you're gonna see God move a different way. But it's coming. It is coming. It is coming. It is coming. And you, all due respect to you, they're gonna be throwing it at you. They're gonna be throwing it at you.
Damn.
I'm being real. Stay focused, man.
I am.
Like, stay focused. You saying it now, but stay focused. Stay focused, please. Stay focused.
It's my promise to you, DP. I'm gonna stay focused for you.
Amen. And I know y'all joke a lot, but listen to the things he say to you because he been through a lot of that.
Yep.
Okay?
DP, hold on. When?
Man, I feel like you been here. How long you been here?
Spooking us out.
You been like you. Man, dang. This is crazy.
Just listen to him, man. He got a lot more to say to you, and you receiving is gonna make y'all buying and relationship more tighter.
I literally follow Keith's lead, man. I remember being a kid in the car hearing Keith on the radio, seeing Keith on the South Side posted up, giving out tickets to the people with the van, and he got the tickets, people pulling up. So like when Keith first reached out to me and brought me on board, I felt like I was getting signed. I called my mom, and I've been following his lead ever since.
That's your cheat code.
Yep.
That's your cheat code. He learned a lot at that station, and you're gonna graduate so quick from it, man. That's why I said, stay. Don't go nowhere, man. Okay? I don't care if it's whoever, DC Fly, whoever. Ricky Smiley, no. It's right here, man. It's it.
Yeah, I ain't leaving my brother, man.
Hey, bro, man.
You just got Keith crying over here, y'all. This is a podcast. This is a portion control first. DP done broke Keith down, y'all.
I will say the only reason why the emotions, because me and Cam came together so genuinely, and you know how sometimes I just kind of knew what he would be in store for if I wasn't there, and I just wanted to come in and like you said, give him a cheat code. It's funny you said I talked to him about I just tried to help him skip a couple levels so he ain't have to deal with a lot of the BS and can get straight to where he need to be. Yeah. The brother is talented, and DP, for you to come in here and do what you're doing right. We just met today, my brother. Yeah. So for you to be able to see what you done seen in this short amount of time, man, that is. I'm
blown away, man. I'm literally blown away right now. This is
because we definitely we inspire each other so much, man. And people have tried to put us together. Oh, he the new you, Keys. He the new you. It ain't no new me. I'm me and he
brothers,
him,
man.
and we together.
Yeah, come on.
That's
telling you, man.
Thank you, DP.
Move, man. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be some hard changes, man. But they're for the better. I'm telling you, I started off doing this thing. I started off with a group of maybe 7 solid people, man. And I had to literally clean house to my people I've been cool with for a long time, over 10, close to 20 years. They have to go. God said they cannot go into the promised land with you. They can see it, but they can't go in. Moses was able to see, but he couldn't go in there. Aaron could. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to lose a lot of folks. I cried because having close friends and breaking away from those friends, it make you cry because it's like a relationship. Because you be used to talking to that person all the time. It's like it happened, and it happened to the point where they'll break you. They'll break your heart by making you lose trust in them by something they'll do in betrayal. Yeah, it gotta happen though, because you couldn't push that relationship away, and they'll have to cut you. Gotta make them cut you, allow them to cut you, so you can break away. So you don't want to be around that person no more. But it gotta happen. It must happen. Okay. It's gonna hurt, and it's okay to cry to her. It's okay.
I definitely.
It's okay. It's okay. It's
I
okay.
Cry a lot.
And you crying. Thank you, Lord. You crying to her is gonna make her see another side of you. It's gonna make her see another side of you, and that's okay. So again, it's gonna hurt, man. It's going to hurt. It's gonna hurt like hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. You're gonna be miserable, can't sleep. But those breakaways and those breakups gotta happen. And once you do that and get those shackles off, Doc, it's on from there. But it's gonna happen quick. And the ones you don't let go that ain't supposed to be there, they're gonna hurt you to the point I don't wanna be around you anyway. Yeah. It's lonely at the top, brother.
Man.
Bruh. You done took this to a whole nother level, man.
Yeah. I'm just blown away literally right now.
Glad that you stopped by the show. Glad that you're giving us these words of encouragement, man. And it just goes to show that how God works, man. He works in mysterious ways and bringing all of this together. You can't tell me it wasn't meant to be. you can't tell me it wasn't meant to be.
That's timing, brother. Everything is timing. Everything is timing.
That's what's up.
Everything is timing. Yeah. I want doing this show here, and they didn't say bring it, we would not be here today, but everything is timing. Dre had his part. Kevin had his part. Miani had that part. Everybody had that part. And it's funny, man. My assistant, I'm going to leave y'all of this. She auditioned for me for 4 years, I believe, right?
4 years.
It always be no. No. So then she finally auditioned, and she made it. But it wasn't for her to act. It was for her to be my assistant.
Wow. Wow.
And she helped me shoot the whole Department of Corrections, Women's Division, and it was time. But those 4 years early was not time for her.
Wow.
And she sat with it, though. The fact she kept hearing no, kept auditioning. Her again.
It's that persistence,
no.
man.
Then she finally came out, and it was the right part for her when it came.
Wow.
Timing.
Timing is everything,
Timing
man.
is everything, man.
Man, I'm so glad you came up here today, man. This has been an amazing day, man. Like, amazing. And I'm so thankful for the opportunity to be even on the play. You know, I've never done anything like this before. This will be my first time ever doing, you know, anything in this realm. So I just want to thank you for the opportunity, man. And then I want to thank you for coming to Fort Wayne and choosing Fort Wayne to bring opportunity to, because we got so much talent here that's untapped that people don't know of. And it's hard if you're not an athlete. We don't really get to shine as creatives, you know what I'm saying, as artists, you know, stuff like that. So I just want to personally thank you, man, for coming to the city and bringing this to the city, man.
You're welcome, man. You acting directly across from Jeremy Meeks, so that's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that.
Now, if you don't bring it right,
Oh, I'm coming with it.
Now, listen, you're the voice of reason for him, okay?
I'm coming with it.
So if you don't bring it right and tell him to stop cheating,
I'm going to tell him he got to stop doing what he's doing, man.
Now, I'm going to say this. The boy, he's a perfectionist, man.
Okay.
When it comes to this stuff, the boy go hard. Okay, he called me every other day. Yo, DP, man, how about this and how about that? I'm telling you, so he a perfectionist, bro.
I'm ready.
He's
I'm
good.
Ready.
He's good.
Ready. I'm excited, man. It's gonna be fun. April 2nd. Get your tickets. Come to the embassy, man. It's gonna be a great show, man.
Her Lies, His Secrets, right?
Her Lies, His Secrets.
Her Lies, His Secrets.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
That voice, Her Lies, His Secrets.
Portion control, baby.
That's right, man. Portion Control Podcast. Our first guest, man. Gotta give it up, man.
Yes, sir.
Demarco.
I wish you had. You gotta put that in there now.
I gotta put that in there. But once again, thank you so much, man. Hey guys, y'all been tuning in to a brand new episode of Portion Control.
35,000 feet up in the air, feel like the sky is falling. Touchdown in your city, we handling business, I ain't got time for calling. Never thought that this lifestyle that we living to turn to reality. I didn't take it serious, they begged me to do it, and now niggas mad at me. They said I went Hollywood, forgot where I came from. I watched niggas sneak this on me and didn't wanna play dumb.